Now, I'm willing to bet that most of you young ones have never even played, heard, or even seen an arcade machine like this before. I actually had to pay money to play this back in the day. I would be feeding these with coins nonstop just to get my fix on these games. Now, I'll admit, the graphics of these games are god awful compared to today's standards. But these retro games are where it all began. And if you forget your roots, you, my friend, have forgotten everything. Now, don't worry, if you haven't experienced these games, LEGO Dimensions is going to introduce you to the golden age of arcade gaming. Now, before we jump into this review, I'd like to give one of my subscribers a shout out. Alex, aka Peanut, who is also a fellow child of the 80s and who loves this decade dearly. Thank you for hooking me up with this LEGO Dimensions level pack. You are awesome, my friend. Thanks for the support. Alright, so let's get to it. The set number is 71235, and this Midway arcade level pack comes with over 20 classic arcade games. Now, for those of you who may not know, Midway Games is an American video games developer and publisher. Its more famous titles include Tron, Mrs. Pac-Man, NBA Jam, and the most famous, Mortal Kombat. In 2009, they got into some trouble and declared bankruptcy. And this is when Warner Bros. Stepped in and purchased most of Midway's assets and is now part of the several franchises they own. Gamer Kid is the name of the minifig that comes with this set. I love his outfit. He's got a green shirt with a Manty Landers character, which is one of the enemies in the Midway arcade game Defender. He's the first minifig in the Dimensions line that has two accessories. He carries a can of cola, which he uses to activate his powers in the game, and a coin to activate the arcade machine. Yes, kids, back then we put coins in our gaming machines to play them. The first vehicle build is a G615 Spyhunter. This design looks like one of the cars from the LEGO Speed Champions line, but is actually modeled from the 1983 arcade classic Spyhunter. It reminds me of a Lamborghini Countach, a classic car of that era. The next build is the Interdiver. This build pretty much took all of the wheels from underneath the car and stuck them at the back. When I was building this vehicle, I thought it was some kind of spaceship, but it turns out it's actually some kind of submarine car. This is probably my least favorite of all the three. It's cool that Gamer Kid's vehicles can go on land, water, and now air. The third build is the Aerial Spyhunter. I love this build. I think the tire placements is key here as it mimics the jet engines on the wings and thrusters on the back. Ah yes, my favorite build of them all, the arcade machine. This is one well-designed piece. It looks like an actual arcade machine, and for that it gets all the points. I love that they added the joystick with a golden tip. They even added a yellow step for the short kids like me. The fact that they pre-printed the graphics on the piece rather than giving us stickers to put on is a good call. I'm not a fan of stickers, please take note, LEGO. It's cool how they have the Defender game on the screen along with the graphic art on the side. Man, I really love this LEGO build. The 8-bit shooter is the next build. Being honest here, I really don't like this at all. It doesn't look like anything to me. Just wait for the game version, it looks way better than this.
Well, there's certainly redemption from the last build here with the Pixelator. This is one badass turret gun. It's got a hinge at the base of it, so you can move it up or down depending on how you want to pose it. This is a similar build to the Proton Zapper from the Ghostbusters level pack I will be reviewing later on. I like the placement of the joystick and the Defender style. It really completes the look. Okay, let's have a look at the game. The level pack unlocks the Midway arcade world and the retro wreckage level. It being a level pack, the minifig normally comes with two vehicles, the first being the G6155 Spyhunter, and the second, which is my favorite, the arcade machine. Gamer Kid comes with a lot of moves which is activated whenever he drinks a can of cola. His shirt also changes depending on which ability he has equipped. The 5 abilities are Super Strength, Laser, Invulnerability, Invisibility, and Speed. This is what they look like in the game. Here is a look at the 3 different builds of the G6155 Spyhunter. Here is a look at the arcade machine in action. It is used by Gamer Kid to connect to the arcade docks and play the 23 retro games that come with this level pack. A few of the titles are Spyhunter, which the car he comes with is modeled after, Defender, which is the art that you see on the arcade machine, the third one I'll show you is Gauntlet, which is a fantasy-themed hack-and-slash game that came out in 1985. After you get through each arcade game, you're given some trivia about it, which is a good reference to these retro games. Here is a look at the 8-bit shooter in action, which as I said a while ago, looks better in the game versus its real-life counterpart. The final gadget that the Gamer Kid comes with is the Pixelator.
Alright, so that was a look at the LEGO Dimensions level pack featuring the Midway arcade. I hope you liked the video. If you want, just subscribe, hit that like button, leave some comments, and again, thanks for watching, guys.